Good morning to everyone and welcome to this meeting. Thank you for being here on time. My name is Joyce and I'm the manager and chairperson of the meeting today. So before we start, I would like to take a roll call. So Kai Sian,
Yes, present.
Tingy, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Yusin,
Yes, present.
Hei Chin.
Yes, I'm here.
So thank you everyone. Since we are all here, let's get started off. So the objective of today's meeting is to obtain updates and also feedbacks on the action plan from our last meeting from each department. So before I go any further, so let's go through the minutes of our last meeting, which was held on 10th of May 2022. So to summarize the main points of our last meeting, we began the meeting by brainstorming, discussing, and also reviewing our goals and strategies that we would like to hit in the next quarter of our new product, which is the vegan body lotion. So after that, we move on to the call to action from each department, and you will find a copy of the main ideas developed and discussed in these sessions through email. So the meeting was declared closed at 11:30 a.m. So are there any additions or corrections to the minutes?
No for me.
No.
No.
Okay, great. So now can someone approve the minutes?
I would like to approve the minutes.
Thank you, Singy. So could someone else second the motion?
I will second that.
Thank you. So the minutes are approved. So let's continue to the agenda for today's meeting. And before that, has everyone received a copy of the agenda through email?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, great. As stated in the email, there are 4 items on the agenda. So the first, second, third, and fourth items are to discuss the updates and also feedbacks on the action plan from our last meeting from each department, including the marketing, product development department, customer support, and also finance department. So as you can see, the call to actions from our last meeting are shown here in the slide. So can anyone take the minutes of today's meeting? Yusin, do you mind?
Yeah, sure. I'm okay with that.
Okay, thank you, Yusin. So next, we will hear a short report on items 1 to 4 from the respective head of departments. So Yusin, could you please start first?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So thank you, Joyce. So good morning, everyone. So I'm the marketing officer and would like to update you guys on our team's progress. So basically, next slide is here is the call to action for our team after the first meeting last time. So there are actually 4 tasks listed and scheduled to be done before 20th of May. And for information, our team are still on track and have completed all the call to actions listed. So let's have a look at our progress. So firstly is about the social media posting. A synergy has been done with the product development team to understand on what they wish to include on the social media. So with that, our team has already come up with a detailed content calendar tracker, which consists of the poster link, the captions, the deadline, and also the person in charge for each post. Yeah, they need to prepare for each post. Yeah. So I would like to direct your attention to the tactical KPI for the social media posting tactic as shown in the table below. So as mentioned that the KPI we set per quarter, including 3 synergy done with the product development team and 48 posters and captions done, as well as having an organized content calendar tracker for documentation purpose. So for information, 48 poster done and 48 captions done is because we will have 16 caption and poster per month to be posted on the social media. So for information also, the social media posting materials for the first week of product launching also has been done by us. Yeah. So secondly, is about the promotional campaign. So as mentioned during the first meeting, our KPI is to launch 3 promotional campaigns per quarter, and therefore lead to another KPI, which is 3 terms and conditions campaign booklet done. So for information, we have already completed and also done a quality checking for the first terms and condition booklet for the first campaign, and also will be launched together with the new product launching date. So next is about launching and promoting new products by the influencers. So we have done a synergy meeting with finance team, and the budget for inviting the influencer has also been reviewed together with them. So from there, we set a KPI, which is to secure 2 influencers to promote our new product. So, and also our team is currently preparing for the MOA, which is the Memorandum of Agreement, and also securing the influencers. So with this influencer collaboration, we wish to actually achieve a KPI of 80% conversion rate per quarter. So I think that's all from our marketing team updates, and I will pass back the space to Joyce. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Yusin, for the informative report. So now we'll proceed to the Q&A session. So anyone has any question?
Yeah, I have a questions for the marketing team. So could you please explain a little bit on the first promotional campaign that have been planned out?
Okay. So thank you for the question, Cindy. So it's actually a hashtag challenge on social media. This is our first campaign. So in order to participate in this challenge, the participants need to take a creative photo together with any of our company's product and upload to the Instagram or Facebook and they need to tag our official social media account, either at Instagram or Facebook, and they need to include the hashtag mentioned in the T&C booklet. So at the end of the campaign, we will draw out 10 lucky participants and give away our new product, which is the vegan lotion, to them. Yeah. So is it clear for the first campaign? Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Yusin and Singi. Is there any other questions to the marketing department? Okay, if no, we will proceed with our second agenda. So Singi, can you continue with your report?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Joyce. So I'm Singi from the product development team. So now I would like to have a quick update on our team progress after the first meeting. So next slide. Yeah, basically here are all the call to actions for the product development team that we have in the past weeks. And these are the total of 4 tasks listed and scheduled to be done before 20th of May, as mentioned in the slide. And for your information, my team has already completed all the call to actions. Yeah, so further on, I will be explaining further on what are the things that we have done in each of the call to action. So firstly, it's about the finalizations of the feedback form questions. So what are the things that have been done? It's synergy has been carried out with the customer support team to understand more on the questions that will be asked in the space. And we are able to make a finalizations on the questions in order for us to better understand the feedback from the customer and hence able to help us to define our ideal market pool. And apart from that, we also get to analyze a little bit on the output for the responses as well. So basically, under the slide itself, at the bottom of the slide, so these are the tactical KPI that we have planned out. And so far, we are still in the progress for the satisfaction from the customer on the product, as we wish to actually get more responses from the customer. However, the other 2 KPI has been really completed. Yeah. So the next, moving on. Regarding the promotional materials, we have also done a synergy with the marketing team on the marketing content, especially on the attraction point and also the selling point of the product. So our team also gets to review the timeline and also captions with the marketing team in order for us to better deliver the selling point of our product to our targeted audience and also the market pool. Yeah, and about the timeline and posting content, synergy with the marketing team has been also carried out as well to review on the timeline, also a caption according to the targeted audience and market pool that's being analyzed together with the customer support team from the responses output. And we have also set a goal with the marketing team for each of the posting in order for us to understand how much conversion is needed for each post. And moving on with the last, it's about the product roadmap mapping. So our team has been already mapped out the draft version of the roadmap for the product according to the timeline. So we get to revise the trend of the current market and also the market pool in order for us to better define the product vision in the future. And basically for this tactic KPI, all of them are still in the progress. And the expected outcome of this strategy is that the product vision, according to the market trend and also a strategy plan, will be able to map out, and a close synergy will also be needed for all the departments. So I think that's all for the progress update from the product development team. And now I'll pass back the floor to Joyce. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Singy, for the report. So are there any questions to the product development team?
Hi, I have a question. So regarding for the synergy, may I know like for what customer support team can support for the product roadmap?
Yeah, okay, thank you for your questions, Pei Qin. So basically regarding the product roadmap, as what I mentioned, it's more on mapping out on how would be the product evolve in the future. So what I need from the customer support team is that perhaps we can have a frequent engagement with the customers that we engage to understand their feedback on the product, and also how we can improve further based on the market trend in order for us to better understand the pain and gain from the customer, so that we can actually ensure our directions and plan it's much more concrete in the upcoming planning. Yeah. Am I answering your questions?
Yes, thank you, Xing-Yi.
Yeah, thanks for the questions.
Okay, thank you, Singy and Pei Qin. So anyone has any other questions?
No.
No.
Okay, so if that's the case, we have discussed item 1 and 2. And so now let's move on to item number 3, which is the updates from the customer support team on the action plan. So Pei Qin, what about the report from your department?
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Pei Qing from customer support team. So now I'd like to update a few call to action from our team. Yeah. So for the next one, yeah. So for all the call to action we have already done, and now I will brief on the details and also some tactics that we have already planned out. Yeah, you can go to the next slide. Yeah, so for the first call to action is customer engagement planning. So we have already list out the tasks and deliverables that we need to do. So for the first one is that we need to offer our loyal customers an exclusive preview through our online chats, email, or like phone calls. And also we will update the customer records after each interaction with the customer. So these two tasks is actually we are executing it. And for the last one, we are planned to have an in-person or virtual pre-launch party for our vegan body lotions. So for this one, we are still in planning. Yeah. Then next call to action is for the potential customer question with answer drafted. So even though we have this customer question with answer drafted, we will still customize the engagement messages based on the customer preference. So here are some of the tasks that we need to do. So first of all, we will answer potential customer question within 1 hour so that they won't lose their interest to our product. And secondly, we will also maintain constant engagement with them and keep follow up with them. And thirdly, we will also same as the last one, we will update customer records after each interaction with the customers. So for this, all these 3 tasks we are executing, and we will update you all time to time. And then thirdly, the third and the fourth feedback call to action, I already like combine them together, is like feedback form drafted and also finalized, where we already have the synergy with product development team to finalize the feedback form, so it's already done. And after we have launched the product, we will follow up with the customer like 2 weeks after they purchase the product, and we will also analyze the response together with product development team so we can improve our new product as well. Yeah, so that's all from customer support team. Any question from the floor?
Yes, I have a question for you, Pei Qing. Basically, can I know like how's the response from the customer about the plan to launch a new product?
Okay. So far for the responses are quite good. They are quite excited about it as the product sounds like very interesting to them, especially the vegan ingredients that we use. And then some of them have requested our team to update them from like time to time, and they can't wait to try our new product. Yeah.
I see. Great. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's good to hear. So thank you, Pei Qin and Kai Xian. So anyone has other questions for customer support team?
No, from my
Okay, so if there's no more questions, so lastly, Kai Xian, Would you mind reporting from your department?
Okay, sure, Joyce. Yeah, so I'm Kaisin from Department of Finance. So now I will update on the progress of our team call to action from the previous meeting. You can go to the next slide. So basically, all of our call to action, which is shown in this slide, is all done. If you look at the progress itself. Next. So the first call to action is about budget planning. Basically, I've planned around 3 types of budget based on the scenario, which are realistic, optimistic, and also pessimistic scenario. And all these 3 budget actually I have downscaled to all the departments through a synergy meeting. So as you can see from the table itself, different scenario of the budget have different description. Like for realistic, basically is to achieve 50% of the sales target, and for optimistic is to achieve at least 80% of the sales target, and for the last one, pessimistic is to achieve less than 50% of the sales target. Yeah, moving on to the next call to action. Next slide. Yeah, thank you. So basically it's about cash flow management and also planning. So the timeline of cash flow management is done for 3 months, and as you can see here, I have put down the tactics, the KPI, and also tasks and deliverables. So the KPI for this call to action is to have at least 1 tracker implemented, and also the number of receipt or invoice, and also the number of cash flow review. And the task or the deliverables is basically to create the bank account for our team, and also the cash flow statement, timeline tracker, downscale the timeline to all department and track on the cash flow, be it net loss or profit, and also do some bookkeeping on the receipt, invoice, transaction proof, and also lastly to check on the invoice to be issued through the Wave apps. Yeah, so this for the second call to action. And the last one is about reimbursement planning. So basically is for the SOP booklet for the reimbursement step is actually completed, and I will launch this booklet on 28th of May in the form of video to all departments. And lastly, I will track the reimbursement every week. Yeah, I think that's all for our department.
Okay, thank you, Kaisian. Anyone has any questions to the finance team?
Yes, I have a question. So I would like to ask, for now, which scenario of budget we are following?
For now, we will first follow the optimistic budget first, but of course, after, let's say I review every week, we can adjust to the more reliable, more realistic budget. But for now, we follow optimistic.
Okay, I understood. Thank you.
Thank you, Easy.
And also for the reimbursement, so when will you reimburse the claiming after checking?
If let's say after I check the form and there's nothing to amend, then I will approve it and I will reimburse, I think within 3 days.
Okay, understood. So
Yeah, thank you, Joyce.
is there anyone has any other questions? Alang?
No, I'm cool.
Okay, then. So if there's there's nothing else. I'd like to thank you everyone for all the reports. And I think since we have discussed all the agenda, we can wrap up now. So this will bring us to the end of our meeting today. So thank you everyone for attending and listening. So I would like to set up a meeting with all of you to next time. So can we set a date for our next meeting on the 4th of June, maybe at 8 p.m.?
No problem for me.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, all right. So good to hear that. Yeah, okay. So thank you all of your contribution and cooperation in this meeting. And I think that's it for today lah. So thank you.
All right, thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone.